Good morning, fellow YouTubers. It is the 20th of April, 2020, and we're back back again with the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verses 14 to 18. We continue our studies. Uh, so we just want to start and read. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. I want us to concentrate on those words, full of grace and truth. John bore witness of him. John, this is John the Baptist, bore witness of him and cried out, saying, "This was he of whom I said, He who comes after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. And of his fullness we have all received, and grace for grace." There's that word again. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth, that statement again, came through Jesus Christ. So, for the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. So, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, is the only one who has seen the Father, who has come from the Father, from the bosom of the Father. And this substantiates what verse 14 says, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. God among us. That's where we get the word Emmanuel, God with us. And this is one of the words that was attributed, names that was attributed to Jesus. And we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father. There are certain aspects of God's glory that are not evident in the law. The law shows that God is a righteous God who demands perfection in the accomplishment of his law. But we don't see any grace in there. We don't see any love. The law is there just to show us that we are erring human beings. We are humans that make mistakes, that sin, and are disobedient. But grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. And those are the attributes of God that Jesus came to show us. That God is a truthful God. He cannot lie. And that God is a gracious God. He is always giving to us and blessing us. So grace for grace means that initially God comes through Jesus Christ to save us. And that's his grace. That's his love to save us from our sins and from our errors. And secondly, once we do come to God, he gives us the power to actually accomplish the law willingly and not as not as a something that we have to do, but something that we want to do. So Christ comes and shows us the love of the Father that creates a desire in us to be obedient to him, to accomplish his will. And God, through his Spirit, because once we accept Christ, his Spirit rules in our hearts and he conforms us to the image of Christ. That means that just as Jesus was willing to do the Father's will and accomplish the law, we are enabled through God, through his grace, through his love, to be able to willingly do everything that God asks us to do. So that is why we see the words grace for grace. He saves us with grace, and he keeps us in his grace. That's all for today. May God bless you all. And signing off today, get the word out.